Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Fred or Oz again. And today I'll be reading Duty by Aleister Crowley. I was unable to find this in my books, although I know I have it somewhere, so I'll be reading it off of the internet today. So here we go. This is Duty by Aleister Crowley. Duty. A note on the chief rules of practical conduct to be observed by those who accept the law of Thelema. Aleister Crowley. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. There is no law beyond do what thou wilt. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Do that, and no other shall say nay. For pure will, unassuaged of purpose, delivered from the lust of result, is every way perfect. Love is the law, love under will. Every man and every woman is a star. Your duty to yourself. Find yourself to be the center of your own universe. I am the flame that burns in every heart of man and in the core of every star. Explore the nature and powers of your own being. This includes everything which is or can be for you, and you must accept everything exactly as it is in itself, as one of the factors which go to make up your true self. This true self thus ultimately includes all things soever. Its discovery is initiation, the traveling inwards. And as its nature is to move continually, it must be understood not as static, but as dynamic, not as a noun, but as a verb. Develop in due harmony and proportion every faculty which you possess. Wisdom says, be strong, then canst thou bear more joy. Be not animal, refine thy rapture. If thou drink, drink by the 98 rules of art. If thou love, exceed by delicacy. And if thou do aught joyous, let there be subtlety therein. But exceed, exceed. Be strong, O man, lust. Enjoy all things of sense and rapture. Fear not that any god shall deny thee for this. Contemplate your own nature. Consider every element thereof, both separately and in relation to all the rest, as to judge accurately the true purpose of the totality of your being. Find the formula of this purpose, or true will, in an expression as simple as possible. Learn to understand clearly how best to manipulate the energies which you control to obtain the results most favorable to it from its relations with the part of the universe which you do not yet control. Extend the dominion of your consciousness and its control of all forces alien to it to the utmost. Do this by the even stronger and more skillful application of your faculties to the finer, clearer, fuller, and more accurate perception, the better understanding, and the more wisely ordered government of that external universe. Never permit the thought or will of any other being to interfere with your own. Be constantly vigilant to resent and on the alert to resist with unvanquishable ardor and vehemence of passion unquenchable every attempt of any other being to influence you otherwise than by contributing new facts to your experience of the universe, or by assisting you to reach a higher synthesis of truth by the mode of passionate fusion. Do not repress or restrict any true instinct of your nature, but devote all in perfection to the sole service of your one true will. Be goodly, therefore. Dress ye all in fine apparel. Eat rich foods and drink sweet wines and wines that foam. Also, take your fill and will of love as ye will, when, where, and with whom ye will, but always unto me. The word of sin is restriction. O man, refuse not thy wife if she will. O lover, if thou wilt, depart. There is no bond that can unite the divided but love. All else is a curse, accursed be it to the eons, hell. So with thy all thou hast no right but to do thy will. Do that, and no other shall say nay. For pure will, unassuaged of purpose, delivered from the lust of result, is every way perfect. Ye shall gather goods and store of women and spices. Ye shall wear rich jewels. Ye shall exceed the nations of the earth in splendor and pride, but always in the love of me, and so shall ye come to my joy. Rejoice. Remember, all ye, that existence is pure joy, that all the sorrows are but as shadows. They pass and are done, but there is that which remains. But ye, O my people, rise up and awake. Let the rituals be rightly performed with joy and beauty. A feast for fire and a feast for water. A feast for life and a greater feast for death. A feast every day in your hearts and the joy of my rapture. A feast every night unto new and the pleasure of uttermost delight. Aye, feast, rejoice. There is no dread hereafter. There is the dissolution and eternal ecstasy in the kisses of new. Now rejoice. Now come in our splendor and rapture. Come in our passionate peace, and write sweet words for the kings. Thrill with the joy of life and death. Ah, thy death shall be lovely. Whoso seeth it shall be glad. Thy death shall be the seal of the promise of our age-long love. Come, lift up thy heart and rejoice. Is God to live in a dog? No, but the highest are of us. They shall rejoice, our chosen, whose sorroweth is not of us. Beauty and strength, leaping laughter and delicious languor, force and fire are of us. Your duty to other individual men and women. Love is the law, love under will. Come forth, O children, unto the stars, and take your fill of love. Unite yourself passionately with every other form of consciousness, thus destroying the sense of separateness from the whole and creating a new baseline in the universe from which to measure it. As brothers fight ye. If he be a king, thou canst not hurt him. To bring out saliently the differences between 2 points of view is useful to both in measuring the position of each in the whole. Combat stimulates the virile or creative energy and, like love, of which it is one form, excites the mind to an orgasm which enables it to transcend its rational dullness. Abstain from all interferences with other wills. Beware lest any force another, king against king. The love and war in the previous injunctions are of the nature of sport, where one respects and learns from the opponent, but never interferes with him outside the actual game. To seek to dominate or influence another is to seek to deform or destroy him, and he is a necessary part of one's own universe, that is, of one's self. Seek, if you so will, to enlighten another when need arises. This may be done always with the strict respect for the attitude of the good sportsman, when he is in distress through failure to understand himself clearly, especially when he specifically demands help, for his darkness may hinder one's perception of his perfection. Yet also his darkness may serve as a warning, or excite one's interest. It is also lawful when his ignorance has led him to interfere with one's will. All interference is in any case dangerous, and demands the exercise of extreme skill and good judgment, fortified by experience. To influence another is to leave one's citadel unguarded, and the attempt commonly ends in losing one's own self-supremacy. Worship all. Every man and every woman is a star. Mercy let be off. Damn them who pity. We have nothing with the outcast and the unfit. Let them die in their misery, for they feel not. Compassion is the vice of kings. Stamp down the wretched and the weak. This is the law of the strong. This is our law and the joy of the world. Think not, O king, upon that lie that thou must die. Verily thou shalt not die, but live. Now let it be understood, if the body of the king dissolve, he shall remain in pure ecstasy forever. Nuit, hadit, rahur quit. The sun, strength and sight, light. These are for the servants of the star and the snake. Each being is, exactly as you are, the sole center of a universe in no wise identical with, or even assimilable to, your own. The impersonal universe of nature is only an abstraction, approximately true, of the factors which it is convenient to regard as common to all.